afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay, so we'll continue the yesterday's problem. Not yesterday, last class problem. So we were on the course to find out the power in two cases, one from uniform wear theory and other from the uniform pressure theory. Okay. So we were just seeing out the formulas and getting to know the feasibility of those formulas from the data handbook. Okay. So we have ended up calculating the power by using uniform pressure theory. Now I shall start with uniform wear theory. Okay. Now it is uniform wear theory. Okay. So based on this, I have this particular equation in the data handbook which says Fa is equals to pi by 2 into P into Di into d naught minus di. So this particular equation is being taken from equation number 13.9 d on the page number 258. Okay. So this is on the uniform wear now. Okay. So now please do substitute it. It is pi by 2. The value of allowable pressure is given as 0.08 into 160 is enough. Out there is 300, so minus 160 again. So can I get the value of Fa in newtons? Okay, so 1407.4. So 1407.4. Okay. Now, so once I got the value of Fe, next you can calculate the value of torque. From torque, you can calculate your power. Okay. So torque is the same thing. It is half mu Fa dm n dash, and this is taken from where? It is taken from equation number 13.9e on the page number 258. Remember to add n dash. Okay, don't forget that. Now, please do substitute it. It is half times of mu is 0.2 cross Fa is 1407.4 cross dm. Okay, dm we don't know. We can calculate the value of dm. Dm we already have calculated, I guess. It is d naught plus di divided by 2 mean diameter. It is 300 plus 160 divided by 2. So that is equal to, so So can I have the mean there? So just substitute the mean there to calculate the value of torque. So what is that 64 Newton meter torque value, director? But the textbook value is a little bit different, man. Okay. Is this value correct? Just check. Mean that cannot be wrong. So just check this value.
Sir, 2814.
That's what 2814. Okay. 2814. So how many of you are getting this value? 2814 or 1407?
0.86.
What is 0.86?
No, sir, 2814.86.
Acha, acha. 0.86. So how many of you are getting? Please check the value of FA. Okay, 2814.86. So just replace this value. Okay, so it is 2814.86 Newton. So it is the DM value is DM 0.23 ಅಲ್ಲ? Okay. So 0.23 meters. So it is 0.23. And FA value is, okay, I need to change FA here. It is 2814.86 cross the value of okay, none. So torque is equal to none. So what is the value of torque? The final value. No? Yes, 129.48. Okay, so it is 129.48 Newton meters. So now we can calculate the value of power. It is 2 pi nt by 60. So let's substitute it. 2 pi n is 1000 cross 129.48 is whole divided by 60. From this, what is the value of power? Kilowatt. Please give the value in kilowatts directly. (13.55 kilowatts). So there ends the problem. So it is a basic level problem where you will get to know how to calculate the power based on two different analyses, uniform pressure and uniform value. So we'll see multiple problems on this. Please do take this next problem. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Okay. Copying done. So shall we start? Shall we? No. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a multi-disc clutch. He says he says it has 5 plates having 4 pairs of active friction surfaces. So whatever he says, the first thing we must find out is the number of active friction surfaces. So how much is the value given? Active friction surface. How much is the value? So he says 4 pairs of active friction surfaces. Don't go with the number of 5 plates. It might be having 5 to 10 or 100 plates. But out of all those plates, which plate is imparting friction? How many of them are imparting friction? That particular number is of main concern. So make sure you take it right. So it is just for the number of friction surfaces, active friction surfaces. Now, next thing what is given is uh, the intensity of pressure is not to be exceed to 0.127 Newton per mm square. So I will take that value. So P value is given. So it is 0.127 Newton per mm square. So that is the value. Next, find the power transmitted at 500 rpm. So N value is given 500 rpm. So parallelly, he is asking us to find the power. To find power. Okay. Next, the outer and inner radii of friction surfaces are 125 and 75 mm respectively. So I will take that value as radii he has given. Please note the value, it is R0, which is 125 mm, and Ri, which is 75 mm. Okay, and the value of mu, the coefficient of friction is 0.3. So assume uniform wear, he says. So this particular power has to be calculated based on uniform wear. So this is the question. Clear? Any doubts in this? Shall we proceed with the solution? Yes. Shall we start with the solution? Okay, good. So now you already know that the power which is equals to 2 pi nt by 60. Take this as equation number 1. Next, torque is given as half into mu into fa into dm into n dash. So this particular equation is taken from where? 13.9e on page number 258. Okay, and remember, I will write for another couple of problems later on. It will be a habit. Remember to add n dash. So this is not being mentioned in the data handbook. See, you must be very careful about this. Okay, now since it is based on uniform wear, he has suggested to use the uniform wear theory for our calculation. I am using that based on uniform wear. So what is the value of FA, axial force, which is given? So that is given by pi by 2 P di into d naught minus di. So this particular equation is taken from where? It is taken from 13.9 D, page number 258. So from this, I have the value of radius. Can I convert it into diameters like R0 I have? What is D0? 125 in the sense, can I take it as 250 mm? Approximately equal to 0.25 meters. Similarly, di is equals to 75 in the sense it is 150 mm. In meters, it would be 0.15 meters. Whichever units are required, you can take as such. Okay, that is equals to pi by 2 cross p value is how much? 0.127. Na? Okay, to the 0.127. So since you are substituting mm, substitute in mm itself. So it is di, which is 150 into d naught is 250 minus 150 again. So from this, can I have the value of Fa from your side? So this would be in newtons. So meanwhile, calculate the mean diameter. Okay. What is the value of Fe? Okay, so 2992 2,992.36. Now, since Fa is known, now calculate the torque. It is given by half times of mu is 0.3. Fa is 2992.36. Dm value we have calculated as 0.2 and the end dash is 4. So from this, what is the torque? $359. Okay, so 359.08 to be accurate. So it is 359.08. Can you give me the value of power? Yes, exactly correct. It is 18.80 level. The problems and clutches are very, very easy, guys. Very, very easy. Okay. So I hope you have done taking it down. So please do copy the next question. So after a couple of minutes, we will start that. So if you are free, you can try even if you have done copying the question. Okay, so shall we start? Again, it's a simple problem. Shall we? Okay. Okay. Let us write down the given data. Single plate clutch with both sides effective is required to transmit 25 kilowatts of power at 1600 RPM, he says. That means, what is the value of N dash? By this time, you have to be in a position to say the value of N dash. He says single plate clutch with both sides effective. 2. Very good. So the power that is required to be transmitted is 25 kilowatts at a speed of 1600 RPM. Okay. The outer dia of the plate is limited to 0.3 meter, he says. That means outside diameter in the sense it is D naught, which is limited to 0.3 meters, and intensity of pressure is not to exceed 0.07 megapascal. So it is the value of P which is given, it is 0.07 megapascal. Now, okay, assuming uniform wear and coefficient of friction 0.3, so mu was 0.3, and he has asked us to assume what? Uniform wear theory. Okay. Determine the diameter. Okay, if I'm just muting you up. Okay. So assume uniform wear. Okay, fine. Determine the diameter of the plate and the axial force necessary to engage the clutch. So what are the things that is being asked? So what to find here? Anyone? What to find? Yes. Anyone? What to find? What is being asked in this problem? Good. So the value of FA is asked, and even the value of DI is asked. So both of these two has to be found out. So let us directly skip on to the solution now. So how do you take your solution? Okay. So take the old torque equation, what you know, that is half according to the uniform wear. So half into mu into FA into dm into n dash, which is taken from 13.9 b, page number 258. Just check the equation whether it is right. Yes. Whether the equation is right. Okay. Since the value of power is given as 25 kilowatts, from that you can extract the value of torque. Can I get the value of torque from this? (149.21 Newton meters). Excellent. So it is 149.21 Newton meters. So axial force, which is the value of EFA, which is given as pi by 2 cross P cross di into d naught minus di, and this particular equation is being taken from where? Taken from 13.9 D on the page number 258. Okay, so from this substitute whatever you know. Okay, so that is equals to pi by 2 cross, you know the value of P is pressure. Okay, it is 0.07 cross di, you know the value of d naught. Okay, keep the d naught as it is, d naught minus di. Okay, so from this, just give me this value, pi by 2 into 0.07. Pi by 2 into 0.07. Do not substitute, do not now, because later it has a chance of cancellation, so that's why I'm waiting for that. 0.109, okay, 0.109 di cross d naught minus of di. Okay, so now I would take this as equation number 1 for our reference. Next, you know that mean diameter is what? Dm, that is equals to d naught plus di divided by 2. Keep it aside. Now go with the torque equation. So torque is equals to what? It is half times of mu cross Fa cross dm cross n dash. Now just substitute whatever you know. You know the value of torque, so it is 149.21. That is equals to half cross mu value, you know it is 0.3, and Fa you can take it from equation 1, it is 0.109 cross di cross d naught minus of di. So that is the value of Fe. Next, dm is d naught plus di divided by 2, and n dash, you know that value, it is 2. So here 2 and 2 get cancels. Okay, so whatever is remaining, just solve this. Okay, what is a minus b into a plus b? A square minus b square. So same thing I'll be using it. So here it would be, okay, d naught square minus di square into, you have di remaining. Very good. Now what you do is, all the numericals you transfer to the LHS and give me the one whole value. All these numericals, okay, numbers, you transfer to the LHS and give me one particular value, which is equal to 149.21 divided by 0.5 into 0.3 into 0.109. Okay. Yes. So this has to be substituted in mm, Newton mm, because Fa value whatever you get, that would be in Newton mm. Okay. So now 9.125. Okay. Shall I write it as 9.125 into 10 to the power of 6? Correct? Is the value correct? Whatever I have written. Okay. So from this 9.125 into 10 to the power of 6, you know the value of D naught, which is 300 mm. So 300 square minus DI square into DI. So from this, apply your mathematics and give me the value of DI. I will have an approximate value after that.
ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ?
ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನೇನೋ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Okay, 220 mm is the value of exactly 220 mm. Okay, 220.48. So we'll take it as 220 mm. Now, once you get that, use that FE equation number 1. From equation 1, FA is equals to 0.109 cross 220 cross 300 minus of 220. So from this, what is the value of FA in newtons? Okay, so 1911.05 Newton is the axial force which is required to drive this clutch. Okay, hope that the value is correct. Okay, just check. Are others getting the same value?
Sir, I got DI value 121.
Okay.
Yes, sir, 121.
Okay. It will not make a huge difference though.
FA value 2382.42.
2382 ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡು. 121 ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ನನಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ ನಂದು. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೇಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಸರ್.
ಯಾವುದು 1911.05?
ಅದ 2382.42.
ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬರ್ತದ 2382.02 ನಿನ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 221 ಅಲ್ಲ
0.42.
ಓಕೆ ನಿನ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 221 ಅಲ್ಲ
121.
120 ಬರ್ತದಾ ಓ 121. So how many of you are getting 121 as your answer? Okay, Sudhanshu Shridaksha. $121. So how did you solve it? By equation method is shift mode setup 5 equation. You have used that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will confirm this value. Okay. How did you get 220, Mithun?
Same method, sir.
Same
Equation.
method. Method same iddaga answer ಏನಕ್ಕೆ different ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Either any one of these values must be wrong. Either 121 wrong ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ 220 wrong ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. So we'll clarify this and then end the class. Check ಮಾಡಿ ನಂದನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಿಥುನ್. So
ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ 220.
ಯಾರು 220? ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇನೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ.
ಸೇಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ 121.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡುವ. ಈ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಇದೆನಾ? ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? Mode equation, fine. So ax square plus bx plus c, good, very good. So ಇದು ಬಂತು. Okay, di the value. Okay, so di is -1. Okay, next. Sorry, the -1. -1 is equal to b the value of 300 square. So 300 square and c the value of minus 9.125 cross 10 to the power of 6 is equal to x1 898 101.
ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಆಗುವಾಗ 299.94 ಬರ್ತದೆ.
299.94. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಣ, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕಣ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅದು. ಮೋಡ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ 5 ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ax ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ bx ಪ್ಲಸ್ y ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 0 ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಕೊಡೋದಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು. Anyhow, we will clarify this in the next class. Okay. So meanwhile, this is all done, I guess. So you please have a screenshot of this particular problem. So copy it down. We will solve it in the next class. Okay. We will have a clarification on this. Have a screenshot and please do mark your attendance in the Google Sheet. Okay. Hope everyone are vaccinated today.